Welcome to Tokyo. Coming to Japan is always an exciting experience. The contrast between modernity and tradition in everyday life makes it really special. And this mixture is reflected in their sports as well, from sumo and martial arts to baseball and obviously tennis. Even though in my last match here I did beat John McEnroe, during my career as a player, I cannot say I had great success in Japan. But because of their way of living, I enjoyed it every time. So I'm back 15 years later to find out in which state tennis is in here in Japan. Welcome to Match Point. There couldn't be a better way to start this show than by meeting the biggest tennis star in Japan. Here is my one-on-one interview. Well, it's a pleasure to welcome Kei Nishikori. You're only 23 years old and you are already Japan's best tennis player of all time. In a country where baseball and soccer is maybe the two biggest, how come you chose tennis?
My parents plays for fun, you know, tennis, and my both parents play, and I have one sister, and we always play in the park and like, you know, little without net and without tennis court, we play all the time, and that's how I started tennis.
At a very young age, though, you moved to America, to IMG academies. How come you had to make that move? Was it not enough facilities in Japan?
Yeah, because I was living in little city, country, and there was not many people to practice. And when I moved when I was 13. It was a big move for me, I think. That changed everything.
Of course, the legendary Nick Bollettieri's academy.
Yeah.
Can you feel some of his magic? Has it been helping you?
Yeah, he's I think great coach. He can see in like 10-15 minutes, you know, what you're doing wrong, and he can give me little good tips, and that helps me a lot.
Yeah, of course, Andre Agassi is maybe the most famous player to come from Nick Bollettieri's academy. Your game is similar to Andre Agassi.
Yeah.
Is it confidence to go there, or does it put pressure on you when you go to maybe the best academy in the world?
I don't know. I never think about pressure. You know, it was good to practice with all the top players when I was young. You know, you don't usually get that experience. You know, so I was hitting with Tommy Haas, Maurice. You know, when I was 15, 16. So that was a big experience for me.
Yeah. When I look at your game, I see somebody who's extremely, maybe the quickest player in the world. You have a great backhand, and I see a lot of possibilities for improvement. What is it that you think you have to improve?
First of all, my serve, of course. I'm not the biggest guy on the tour, so I have to have good, you know, the
placement,
good placement, and good speed, and I think I have good return. So you know, I try to practice more returns, and have to work on that, you know, everything little bit, you know, increase little bit, stability.
Of course, it's a very difficult time to win big tournaments in the men's side with Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, Andy Murray, Roger Federer, who you have beaten. Is Is it a good thing maybe to play against these guys because they're so good? And also, do you wish that you were not playing at the same time?
Actually, both. You know, I always enjoy the challenge against those, you know, top 5, top 10 players. You know, it's not easy to play against them. You know, they don't give me a good, you know, easy points, or you have to work on every point. But that's you know, great challenge for us to beat them, and that's something, that motivation, you know, we have, I think.
2 of the most famous tennis matches I've heard in Japan's tennis history was quarterfinals for Shuzo Matsuoka in 1995 against Pete Sampras in Wimbledon, and you were too young, I think, to see that. But and then, of course, your final here at the Japan Open against Milos Raonic. How big a win and how important was that for your career and for your confidence?
Yeah, that was amazing feeling I had, especially with my home country, and you know, I was always dreaming, you know, to win this tournament. So, you know, and I was playing really well in final. I think it's not easy. You know, always I was feeling pressure in Japan. You know, I want to do well always, and you know, that gave me a lot of confidence to beat Beldi and Raonic, you know, top 10 guys. So that gave me a lot of confidence. You
are the highest ranked Japanese player of all time. Shuzo Matsuoka was, I think, in top 44 maybe.
Yeah.
How important was that for you? And how important was it that he showed the way in many ways?
Yeah, it was my first goal after turning pro, you know, to get 45, I think, top 45. You know, his record was, I think, 46.
Okay.
And that was, you know, biggest challenge for me when I was top 100. And you know, after that, he gave me a great experience when I was little. When I was 12, 13, he has I went to his tennis camp, and he teach me a lot of things to see you know, to see worldwide, you know, not just in Japan, playing a lot of different players in the world. And I think he gave some you know, the load to go to the top.
Okay. Don't go anywhere. It's time to take a closer look at the Japan Open, which starts now. So we'll talk a little bit later. Well, here we are with the number 1 seed at the Japan Open, 2009 US Open champion, Juan Martín del Potro. First tournament back after the US Open, how does it feel?
I feel ready to play. I was at home like a month, so the times helped me to record myself and be ready for this tournament. I'm very excited to play here in Tokyo once again, and I'm looking forward to go far.
Yeah. Was it disappointing at the US Open, 5 sets to Leighton Hewitt? It may be your favorite tournament, you have won there before. How does that loss affect you?
Yeah, it's frustrating for me. Lost early in that tournament, but I played well. I think Leighton has the chance to beat me, and he did really well. He's a fighter, he's a big champion, and he has experience on this kind of battles. And I'm looking forward to finish in good shape this season. It's almost done, and I'm very confident with my game.
Is it frustrating that your body, sometimes you get a little injured and your wrist, and how is the head with that?
Yeah, it's frustrating, but I'm trying to manage it, all the pains. My wrist bothered me a few times during the year, but I'm trying to fix it very soon, and I think I will be fixed and healthy for close the season.
Yeah. And the fall season here indoors and in Asia, is it an important part? And you're trying to qualify for London?
Yeah, of course. It's a big challenge for me, qualifying in London for one more time. I'm close, but I need to win a couple of matches or tournaments. And it's a big fighter to qualify. Good players are trying to qualify too, and it's going to be interesting.
Okay. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
every time I get up close to Juan Martin, I realize how tall he really is. After winning the US Open in 2009, I think me personally and all tennis analysts of the world thought he was going to join Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, Andy Murray and Roger Federer and belong to the top 5. But because of injury, it seems that his career starts and stops. Is it a matter of him being a tall player and maybe keeping the ball in play too long? Well, we don't know, but I certainly still think that his best tennis is ahead of him. But he has to stay injury-free to be able to keep working and improving his game. And the fact that Rafa Nadal is back on top in the world rankings is not good news for Del Potro. It means that Andy Murray and Novak Djokovic will push themselves even harder and they will widen the gap from the others. All right, well, welcome back. We've talked a lot about your tennis. It's time to go into being a Japanese star, coming home to Japan. Can you walk around? I mean, are you too famous?
It started get a little bit not easy, but it's fun to feeling this feeling. It's not many people can feel this way, and it's not easy to go out, but it's fun to be in here.
Do you think of yourself as a role model? Do you realize that you are a big idol for lots of Japanese young tennis players?
I hope so. Yeah, I hope a lot of kids start playing more tennis, and the soccer and baseball is two biggest sports in Japan. So hopefully, a lot of people start playing tennis.
Of course, in 2011, we had the awful earthquake and the nuclear disaster in Fukushima. You helped out then, and you're doing something later in the year. Is that important for you as well, to not just be a tennis player, but to take responsibility?
Yeah, it was really sad, that happens, and that time I was in US playing a tournament, and I felt like I can't do anything, and what am I doing here and playing just tennis? But I start thinking different way. I have to, if I can do well here, people can maybe hear the good news and they can be happy, and if I can do something for Japan, it's I'm always looking for to do something to help Japan. And I visited one time 2 years ago, I think, to Sendai, and it was good experience for me.
Of course, another important event that's coming to Tokyo in 2020 is the Olympics. First of all, are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, of course. I'll be 30, I think.
Yes.
And yeah, for sure I'll be playing, and hopefully I can, have good experience that year. And it was wonderful news for Japan, especially after these earthquakes happen and people getting the low motivation. So it was good to hear that.
So you are going to be playing at 30 years old, so that is a goal for you, to be maybe carrying the flag, win a medal.
Yeah, it would be nice, hopefully I can get the medal. That's I was dreaming when I was little, so playing Olympics, so I'm excited to play.
Yeah, hopefully I'm here too. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for taking time in your very busy schedule here at home, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, there are 3 things that you have to be great at today to compete with the best tennis players in the world. 1 is great footwork, 2 is good solid ground strokes, and 3 is a positive attitude. While he only has 1 win against the top 4, and it's easy to see why, his serve needs to improve and he needs to come forwards and work on his volleys. But one day they will not be playing anymore. If Kei Nishikori can stay healthy and keep improving, he'll be 27 years old when these guys are most probably retired, and then Kei Nishikori has a chance to be the best player in the world? Well, there are advantages and disadvantages when you come from a young tennis country like Japan. If you have a little bit of success, you get recognized in the media and you also have lucrative sponsorship deals. On the other hand, sometimes the fame and recognition makes you lose focus on what's really important, which is to improve and be as good a player as you can be. Kei Nishikori lives in America, and I think he's doing the right thing if he stays away from home for as long as possible so he can focus on tennis. Well, Kei Nishikori is the highest ranked Japanese player of all time, but he mentioned Shuzo Matsuoka, who was a top 50 player and really cleared the path for the upcoming Japanese players. So, Shuzo, how are you? How are you?
How are you?
Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Thank you for talking to us.
No, thank you for coming to Tokyo, and everybody is happy to see you.
Yeah.
You know, we know you're famous player, and everybody's like you.
Yeah. Well, how are you doing these days?
I'm fine. It's actually I'm working for TVs,
Yeah.
tennis, and also the Olympics things. I'm caring for the sports a lot.
Of course, you were the first Japanese player to be ranked in the top
Right,
50,
right.
and the first Japanese to reach a quarterfinals in a Grand Slam. Talk to me a little bit about that quarterfinals against Pete Sampras, because everybody tells me it's a very big, famous match.
Yeah, it was for me was a dream to play the Wimbledon.
Yeah.
And actually, I was zoned. I was playing well. And
You won the first set.
Yeah, I won the first set, and I had a few chances. 3-2, 3-0, love 40 his serve, and I was very shaky because I don't have like your personality, the motivation. I'm a pretty weak that one. I had lots of pressure maybe. Maybe I thought maybe I had a chance to win.
Yeah.
After that, I start thinking, why not so many Japanese players don't coming out like me? And I figured out that's a Japanese personality. They're very shy.
Yeah.
They don't speak English. And if you want to be the top player in the tennis, in the outside, you have to change your mind.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Of course, Kei Nishikori,
Yes.
he talked about you,
Yeah.
said very nice things. He said that because of you, he thought it would be possible. So do you, first of all, how does that feel? How does it feel to be the first Japanese to really put tennis on the map in Japan?
Oh no, I was very happy, but second is we have to change a little bit the mind and also program. That's why I changed. I'm doing the many camps when the under 14, under 12. So I saw the K when he was 10. I thought he's going to be unbelievable player. He has so much talent.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have a personality to join the outside tennis. He's so shy, and I gave him the lesson that's a very tough one, and from the people.
Yeah.
You have to speak 1 minute by English. He's a client. But if you don't say any word, you just go home.
What do you think of Kei Nishikori's future? I mean, is he going to break through and be one of the best players in the world? I mean, he's been ranked 11, but what do you see for him?
For me, is his tennis. He has a lot of good talent. He had a chance to win, maybe in the future Grand Slam tournament. But it's very difficult to be the top number one ranking because he has a lot of injury and he is too small and he's mental wise. But I believe that he had a chance to win Grand Slam tournament and he knows it.
Well, Shuzo, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for still interested in tennis.
Yes.
And good luck with your programs.
Thank you.
And maybe we'll see you at the Olympics in 2020.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
皆さんちょっとこの方はマッツ・ビランデルさんありがとう。ちょっとね。
There you go. It's okay, it's okay. No problem.
ちょっとな。Maybe this way.
Well, we're coming towards the end of the show, and so far we've talked about men's tennis in Japan. The women have also been in action here. Let's see how it went.
It's still number, so I'm really glad that I'm back in the top 10, but how I said, it's number, and it's more focusing on my improving in game. I have to try, work hard, and that's what I can do it right now. I mean, they a few great players now, and that's why when I try to competing with them for sure, and that's a big title for me right now.
Well, that's the end of the show, but before I let you go, I'm going to leave you with my last word. In terms of the number of people playing tennis in Japan, it is not considered a big sport. Most of the attention is focused on baseball, football, or sumo. And the little success they have had has come on the women's side with Ai Sugiyama and Kimiko Date. So the pressure is on for Kei Nishikori to take tennis to the next level in his country by winning the big titles. It happened in Sweden with Björn Borg, and it's happening right now in Serbia because of Novak Djokovic. Every time we come to Asia, we realize that tennis is not the first choice for most kids. But it is growing and growing. Well, that's all I have for you now. I'll see you soon.